don't get it, there was a 10-second delay or something, wasn't there, as well? Hello, Roxanne, we've just gone live. So yeah, you can click that one there, Robin, that seems to be working.
Yep, this one's on.
You haven't turned our voices off, so... Testing. Testing. Yeah, so you still come through. There's a mixer on the OBS mixer. You should turn off.
Go on, tell me what?
Well, I don't have your OBS.
No, just keep quiet.
No worries. Hello, Jason, Robin, can you hear me? Can everyone hear me? Okay, I think we're live. I'm saying we're live. I can see us on YouTube. I can see a chat room. I can't interact with the chat room from the computer side of things. Can you guys interact with it at all? Testing, testing.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Now, I've shared the video, however on this channel we've got quite a few videos that aren't available anymore, so I'm not sure if that might be confusing things a little bit. So, if you are tuning in now or a few seconds behind us or a few minutes behind us, as you will see, you have tuned into the Globe Live channel for the first edition of the Globe Live response. Where myself, Jason and Robin are going to be going through a few sticky questions. Well, I call them sticklers because they're the kind of questions that gripe us. What would you say, boys?
Yeah, definitely. We're trying to put together the questions that we come across on the forward in so difficult and never quite sure that we did them justice. So to go over that again and figure out can we do a better job this time.
You alright over there, Robin?
Yeah, I can hear you, and that sounds like a great plan.
Yeah?
Got a few questions. If you want me to shout them out now, I can do that, but
you can do. What would you guys like to do first? Because for anyone viewing this, we're just kind of now rolling this out in public, so we're going to be going through this for the first time, so wish me luck. Wish me luck.
Yeah, well we're doing the video questions first, so you got some video on there as well, Roxanne?
Yes, I do.
So let's have a quick peek at them and see what they were about.
and the videos are not in the picture one, they would be in the
Q&As.
Good. Yes, I'm there now. Don't worry, I'm there. I'm there. Don't call me bullet for nothing, do they? Is that? Okay, I'm going to start. Should I start at the top? Top, middle, or bottom? I'm going to start there. Hold on. Just bear with me, guys. I'll get there.
Have you heard of it before?
Okay, hold on. It's alright.
I'm just
What I
wondering
did wrong.
why
It's all good.
the
It's all great, isn't it, guys?
No, you're not doing them once.
Okay. Okay. So,
Okay.
let me just go to a black screen for now. That's good. I like that. And if you're seeing a black screen right now, guys, that's all completely normal. Is it underneath disclaimer? Where the disclaimer is?
You start off with disclaimer.
Good. I like that, Jason. Bit of direction.
They should be all.
Have you heard of it before?
Is this right?
I'm just wondering why.
Yeah, well, okay, can I throw one more thing in there? Because you're quite right. I normally start this. For everyone,
it's all right,
don't believe
I'll
a word
get there
that we're saying.
eventually.
Go and research it yourselves afterwards.
Possibly now.
Yeah, I mean,
Good time.
you're right. I should always put that disclaimer there because, yeah, you're dead right. Definitely, yes,
Cut that one out.
All right then. Nice talking to you both.
Okay. Let's see what happens now. Hopefully that's just a disclaimer now. Is it? Yeah?
I've still got the Amrock question.
Have I? Okay, sorry. Okay. I will get there eventually, guys. Let me just go down there. And no, I've got everything closed there. Don't you just love OBS? It's so much fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
It really is. Okay, so I need to work out what this is and where I find that.
Okay, so you just need to go to the Q&S folder,
Uh-huh.
and then just make sure that the only one that is playing is the Q&S.
Okay.
Is the disclaimer in Q&S, and then transition your screen over.
Nice. Thanks for that, Jason.
So if NASA is using all this language, like, you should believe this, you're saying exactly the same thing about the opposite.
Yeah,
no,
well,
not yet.
okay, can I throw one more thing in there? Because you're quite right. I normally start this. For everyone, don't believe a word that we're saying. Go and research it yourselves afterwards. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I should always put that disclaimer there because, yeah, you're dead right. Definitely, yes, yeah. All right then. Nice talking to you both.
There you go. So that's all that is.
Have you heard of it
So,
before?
a disclaimer, what we should always
I'm
tell
just
people,
wondering why people
and
like
basically what we're not doing is saying to us, don't believe anything that we're saying. You know, like, go away and check this evidence out for yourself. Go and do your own research. And I think that's important, that disclaimer, is to say that always up front, right at the very beginning, and say, whatever I'm about to say, go and do your own research, and don't take everything that I say for gospel. Again, go and do your own research. That's our disclaimer that I feel that every flat earth globe denier on the street needs to be doing. Is that disclaimer.
Yeah, well said. I concur with that completely. I think that's probably the best advice we can give anybody is don't take my word for it. In fact, that's the last thing I want someone to do is to take my word for it. Go and look into it for yourself. Well said.
As you can hear, I mean, like she called me out after so. I'd actually had a long conversation with her, and then all of a sudden she turned around and said, well, you're just a crazy man in the street, basically. Why should I believe you other than the authorities? And I just thought that she's got a point,
Well said. Are we going to go on to the next one now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Unless you've got anything to add, Robin?
No, that's fine. I always do that too. if you can, it's just say go and research for yourself.
It's the best way to do it, isn't it? You give people the tools themselves, like we did. I didn't take someone's word for it. I looked into it for myself. Goes without saying. I like that. I like that. So here's the next one.
Have you heard of it before?
I'm just wondering why people would lie to us.
Can everybody hear that? Yeah. And then go back to here. Sorry guys, I'll get there eventually. There we go. Were you able to hear that?
I've got a problem hearing because I'm going to put my headphones on. I'll put my headphones on because...
Yeah, I'm just not... Is anyone able to hear that will be watching this back? I'm not sure if it's coming through properly.
Alright, I'll let you know in 2 seconds.
Lovely jubbly. Thank you for your patience in the chat room, everyone.
Play again.
Play again, yeah? Okay. Okay, here we go.
Have you heard of it before?
I'm just wondering why people would lie to us, really.
Were you able to hear that?
Yeah, of course. So it was the why question, wasn't it? Yeah, so I got that. So it was why people would lie to us.
See, I respond to that with I'm not the one lying, so that's like the $64,000 question, isn't it? Why the lie?
So it's my pet hate question. As I say to people, we haven't taken anyone to court. We don't know. We don't know what proof. No one's been prosecuted, so we don't know what proof. We've got lots of evidence, but it's we need someone to be accountable for there to be a why, and that's what we don't have. You know, like so we can all have our own theories and good theories. You know, with lots of evidence, but we don't really have a 100% definite proof. You know, like so. I think that's the difficult part of this question. Me, why I talk about Admiral E. Byrd. Lots of people think that we shouldn't be mentioning that because of is that a government-controlled story? You know, which is a good point. It could be. You know, like why would they let all their videos, you know, like out in the open if that was on the right track? So why again? I mean, that comes down to, are they hiding more lands? Is it all just about control? Is it about money? Is it about greed and control and money? I have my own theories.
Yeah, that's good.
I never feel though it's good enough. Whatever you say on your why is not going to be a good enough reason for what whoever's giving you that question, what they want.
Do you know?
I've never ever said a good enough question where they went, oh yeah, that's a great point. That we are being controlled. Yeah, it is about money. Yeah, it's too difficult.
I think 9 people out of 10 are happy with the. Can I give you the short answer? It's just my best guess at the moment. More money, more land, money, power, and control. But if you want me to go into any of those, I will. I remember in Bath, there was this guy who was watching us for 20 minutes, half an hour. And then he said, when it all calmed down afterwards, he came forwards and he said, right then, give me your best case. Tell me, why would they do this? I've been listening to you for 20 minutes now. Why would they do this? And I actually then went into the breakdown of why. And I really like the answer that Mark Sargent gives very often on his interviews, which is they discovered the outer reaches of this confined space that we live in, and they wondered, should we tell them? because they discovered it in the 60s, and they had a big decision to make. Would they tell them? Because overnight there would be such devastation to the power structure. Would they tell them? And they decided not to. And then they created NASA to give us the blue marble shots and keep the can down the road for a while. And people don't mind that one. You know, when Mark Sargent says it was a very short board meeting, you know, shall we tell them? I did give him, that guy in Bath, that was my last words on the matter, and he seemed to really digest that properly. But he was ready for the big, come on, give me your best shot. Because I think he was entertaining all the other aspects of all the activism that had been done that day. But he needed to hear the, come on, what's your why? Even if you're guessing or speculating and you're turning that, they still need to hear it. It's like a business case. You know, why should I invest my thinking into this? What's your business case for it? So yeah, I mean, there are various different ways of doing it. I think you're right, Jason. If you guess, if you say I'm only speculating, power, money, control, and more land, but then the other thing that people really want to hear is, you know, what would they have to gain? And you've given them those four answers, haven't you? And the other thing that people say is, which is quite a good one, is do we need to establish the motive for a crime? We see the bodies and the gun, and we see the blood and the bodies and the gun. Do we need to know the reason why straight away to establish it as a crime?
Yeah.
Quite like that one as well.
To throw one other thing in there as well, and I always struggle with actually coming across and saying this, and what lots do, are they hiding God?
Yeah.
For me, that's not a powerful reason for me, and that's because I haven't found God. But I do accept that there are people out there that mean to come down and say, yeah, they're hiding God. That's quite powerful for quite a lot of people. That means an awful lot. So, you know, I think it still needs to be addressed, even if you feel uncomfortable saying that, and I do feel uncomfortable. But I still, it's not all about me, is it? It's about, you know, like, I'm having this, I'm giving this answer to someone that I don't know who this person is, they kind of want all the answers. I've got to be like a DJ and play to my crowd and say, look, you know, like there is another answer. I'm uncomfortable with this answer, but the possibility is they are hiding God.
I think you've got to gauge your audience, because some people will resist.
I was literally about to say that sometimes it's different strokes for different folks, and some people will give you the same kind of answer but in a different kind of word salad. So like you said, Jason, you know, they could be hiding God or the architect or the designer or whatever the forces are that govern this reality that we live in, but it all kind of comes back to the same nutshell that people end up saying, look, this is literally where we are. This is where we are with it. This is the kind of conversations that aren't accepted throughout the masses, you know, with casual light talk that you're able to have. People think you're weird or out of order for having these kind of talks, or, you know, heavens forbid, you know, blasphemous for having these kind of conversations. And that's what I find out of order, because you're tarred with a brush before you've even got off the starting blocks to have a civilised discussion about it.
Yeah, I mean, I remember doing this little film festival thing with Sam and Lisa, and my husband and wife and a couple of others in the audience, in the bar, in the break. They wanted practical reasons. What are the practical reasons for doing this? As soon as I mentioned, if I was to say to you, you're not very special, you were an accident that came from a big bang, the theory of evolution, etc., etc., and you're just a random accident, you're not very special anymore. And the lady got quite bad, she sort of said, well, some people feel big enough already. And I thought, well, yeah, you know, I hear what you're saying. I guess what I'm trying to get at is there's a spiritual angle to this. but she actually shut down as a result. So that one didn't get down so well. And you kind of live and learn.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to say, we've got another
Assume
clip
that
coming up after this, haven't we, with some answers, have we? Some why answers? Have we got another clip coming up with some answers for why? Some people's responses?
I think we've, yeah, I mean, it's only my clip of how I actually dealt with it, and it's...
well, I'd be interested to see that. I think our viewers would as well, thanks.
Yeah,
thanks very much, Jason. So, here for your viewing pleasure, guys, is one of the various ways in which Jason responds to this. So, here we go. Let's transition, let's go.
Do you think your government lies to you?
I don't know. I hadn't. You know, it's the first I've heard of it, really.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, there's plenty of instances where the government has been lying to us, but NASA is an extension of the government. So, if I put it to you that you don't live on a ball, you live on a flat plane, and there's further land out there that's been kept from us, but we're told the space is out there, but it's not.
Okay, and Jason timed that nicely so you can see the nice mountain range in the back. Robin, were you able to hear that response as well? Testing, over, 1, 2. Robin, can you hear me? Are you able to hear me?
Oh, sorry, but I couldn't hear.
Not a problem, just bear with us, chat room.
I'll listen.
No worries. Robin, I can't hear you properly, but I'm assuming you were able to hear that. So, Jason, we just looked at your response to the why.
Was it terrible?
If you can hear that. No, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't.
Oh.
Get a round of applause from me, Sunshine. Well done. Everyone in the chat room, give Jason a round of applause. Well done, Sonny Jim.
I do look over all the old footage as well and try and see if I can improve and make things better, because sometimes I'd like to say I'm a perfectionist who's not very good, so I try and I want to see what I can improve all the time.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Next up, what are our motives? Jason, what are our motives?
Right, okay. That was on the next video, what are our motives. So, I mean, she just asked, you know, like, what is our motives? You know, like,
I find that a nice topic of discussion, though, because I can spend hours with people talking to why they're motivated to have non-mundane conversations, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think what she was getting at, you know, like, was what stood there, you know, like in front of my banner and that, and you know, like, is it religious cult, or are you after money, and I think that's what she was kind of getting at. The two girls in the video that we should have seen just 2 seconds before, but yeah, so you know, like, I was kind of stuck in, you know, and said, you know, like, well, we don't really have motives. We just want to, we know that we're not going to change anyone's minds in 5 minutes, so what we're trying to do is get you to go to a website and watch some videos, and then from there, you know, like, spark an interest for you to move forward and do some research yourselves. I think that is our motives.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we can expect anything more than people starting off their journey and investigating. You know, like, for us to, I think for us to expect that, oh, we're going to change someone to become a flat earther within 10 minutes or so, we're delusional to think that. You know, that's just not going to happen. So I think motives have to be literally get them to a website and for them to start their journey on investigating and watching videos.
Well said. Well said. So with that being said, while Robin's off, I'm just going to play this little clip here. With a bit of luck, it will work.
I think, to be honest, discussion's good. I guess I'm just concerned about your motives, like as to like
Just to watch a video?
why? Like,
Is it like monetized?
is it an anti-government thing? Like, if the government's lying to us about this, is there a
Well, there you go. I mean,
And transition back. And here we are. Loving that. So what I need to do is I need to find a way to, because I've listened prior to this, but I can't listen in the moment again. So for your benefit, I'm unable to hear that playback, which is quite, I'm going to have to like memorize all of these videos or find a way to hear them back.
Yeah, I'll just reiterate that as well. Guys, you know, like what's actually happening is that we've, this is all a brand new way of us doing our live streams and hangouts. So we're learning on the fly. We've got this 10-second delay of, and it's not working, but it's 10-second delay of us talking and watching videos. It's really off-putting at the moment. So we're gonna have this major rethink tomorrow, I think. It's kind of working, but yeah, we've just done this. That was what the motives, and so you just played the first part of what the motives are.
Yes.
And as I say, I mean, like, I think that kind of pretty much explains it, doesn't it? You know, I mean, our motives is to get you to a website. That's it. I don't think there's anything more.
I'm gonna transition to the motives answer just for everyone to conclude that, if that's all right.
I'm actually, the reason I've done the answers as well is to kind of show people I felt as though that my answers weren't good enough, and that's why we're doing this.
Yeah,
you know,
we want to improve on the answer, because if we can improve on the answer and make the answer more socially acceptable, it goes for the subject being socially accepted, and it goes for more awareness, and it goes for people having the confidence to go, no, I will have that conversation. Why? Well, I've heard the answer 16 different ways now, and I've gone and looked at that for myself, so I can firsthand stand there confidently and have the conversation. A few people I've spoken to are at that point where they want to do that. Like myself, I want to better my conversation skills with it as well, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'd like to hear better answers, so I can copy them answers myself.
Yeah.
I don't think there's an awful lot more that we can add on what are our motives.
Good. Right. Well, I'll play this little clip then. I'll play this little clip for everybody.
Like, do you believe in moon landings?
Well, yeah,
You do? So, okay.
what else is going on.
So, on the moon landing, can you
We asked you what your motives
Oh yeah, I'm getting there.
Well, yeah, that's not...
I mean, one of the motives is like maybe NASA. They get £53 million per day. Okay, NASA is.
You're concerned.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't think.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
So that was it, yeah.
Love it. Absolutely love it. You know what, it gives me a little bit of a buzz and an energy when I do see the interactions happening, even on footage that I've seen before. It kind of gives me a little buzz, just seeing people's reactions to what you're saying, literally to what you're saying. If I had £1 for every time you and Harry would have interactions with people where you could not make up the answer that people would give you. Things that people are taking for a given that you would just think, are we still here? People are not thinking past what they've been taught. Like I had at one point. I wasn't prepared to question a lot of what I was taught at one point. And this, I feel, is facilitating the subject being more socially accepted, which is a win situation for the truth as far as I'm concerned. I'm hoping everyone in the chat room so far is going good. Not sure where Robin is. I don't know if he got ate by his green screen and he just turned into a mountain, or if he had connection issues. I was having difficulty speaking to him, so I'm thinking he may have had some connection issues. So as Jason was saying, if you're watching this, then you've tuned into the Globe Live channel. And Jason, I want you to reiterate what this channel is about, what the purpose and the goal of this channel is. Because you've just recently created it, and there is a purpose for this. It's not. Am I right in saying you did say it's not your channel? You don't see it as your channel. Can you kind of emphasise on that a little bit for us, please?
Yeah. So the Globe Live tour, I should say. I always start to say, well, that's not Harry's channel. That's not Harry's tour. It's not my tour. That was the people's tour, you know, and it proved to be that. Like people come out to share that experience with us. We've done the Globe Live Facebook page, Globe Live website, Globe Live. This is a new YouTube channel for Globe Live, because we've got the upcoming Euro tour that'll be coming up soon. We wanted to go over some of these questions with new eyes and the help from you guys. Maybe that you can write in your comments about specific questions, how you would deal with something. And then the following week, we were hoping to come back on some of them questions and say, hey, look, someone's just written in the comments, and they would deal with it this way. And if that happens, that means that we're all grown, we're all learning. As I say, it's not my channel. Roxanne, me, Roxanne, and Robin, we are just going to be looking after. We're the admin of this channel, but guys, it's your channel. If you need a question to be discussed, get in touch, write it in the comments and that, and we'll get on it. We'll talk about this new question that you have. Hopefully, we've got some answers. We're going to be having some guests. Every other week we decided, didn't we? Every other Monday. We didn't want to do it every Monday at 8 o'clock. It'll be every other Monday. It gives us. There's no pressures for anybody. Then we can all enjoy it, and so we're going to have some guests on board. So maybe 1 or 2 others. So there could be 3 to 5 to 6. We'll see. So that's all it's about. It's for us to all get on the same page. I mean, maybe we're saying something that no one agrees with, and I certainly can be guilty of it. In the moment, doing your activism on the street, and there is no editing process or anything like that, and you've got to, on the fly, come up with that best answer, and sometimes we get it terribly wrong. But if we keep talking about these questions, and they are basic questions, because they're the same basic questions that we hear over and over, and if we can talk about this, then we all start getting on the same page about it, and then hopefully we're not all making fools of ourselves.
Yes, and yes. Chat room, I hope what Jason is saying right now is resonating with a good few of you in the chat room. How do you see this channel growing as the tour takes off later on this year, and the conventions and so on and so forth? Are you looking for the channel to cover all of that as well?
Yes, that's a good point. What will happen is we're going to grow this channel. Hopefully that everyone get on board on this channel, because this is the channel that we'll be doing the main live streams from. I felt as though I didn't want my live stream to be going to Jason of the Disbury family YouTube. It just seemed like such a big mouthful, being on the tour and then saying to someone, like in the street, and say, oh, you can watch this playback of this video, just go to Jason of the Disbury family. No, I'd rather just go to the Globe Live channel on YouTube. It's so much simpler. Let's keep things simple.
Good job. And for all of you that are in the chat room watching, this applies to you yourself. If you've gone out there and you're having interactions with people, you consider yourself a globe denier, a flat earther, someone that denounces the claim that's been made and has questioned it and having public conversations with it, this is your channel too. Like Jason said, this is a community channel. This is somewhere that we want people to have as a hub, a kind of one-stop shop for everything that's going on as far as spreading awareness of the truth. The truth that the claim that's been made is not accurate, is it, Jason? Yeah. We've been going around the place and we've been having a little look at some observations that are going on. I've been down in Brighton with Dr. John. We just recently went on an excursion, to say the least, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a fantastic experience, though.
Huh?
Fantastic experience, though. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
That's what I was going to say. What's your take on the Bedford level experience? Because we were both a bit cheesed off that we didn't go to the one prior. Literally just missed it. We were on, like you said, with our personal pursuit of truth, our own journeys. I just wasn't there on my timeline. I just wasn't where I'm at now then, and me going to the previous Bedford level was not even an option. And I was really chuffed to just be there and be a part of it and meet people I'd not met before, like-minded people, and had some really, really interesting conversations with people. It was like you said, when we were in that pub, it was like, this is like a meet-up. Like, we took over that pub completely. It was like 2, 3, almost 4 tables full up of people that were all involved in the observation, which I think went really well, despite the conditions we were dealing with the following day. I thought the Friday night went really well. How do you feel it went?
Well, at first I was really disappointed at first. So, there was this bloody laser, I can't see nothing. And then all of a sudden, because it took a long time to find this laser, didn't it?
Well, I heard people screaming that their eyes were burning and they were loving it.
That's right. And then all of a sudden it was like, I think I was lying on the floor and that, and it was Dr. John Dee's son, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he was on the floor, firing his laser off, and then all of a sudden we're all jumping around saying, "We can't see, we're blind." So it was kind of momentous the fact that we got to see that laser at the end.
It was a brilliant way to end the day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good. But it was cold. It was extremely cold,
bitingly cold. So for all those that want to see what's been happening with regards to Bedford Level, Dr. John will be putting some content out. I think a few various other people will be putting some content out as well, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Those were just some bits and pieces that I wanted to chat about anyway. We haven't even got notes for this. This is good fun. This is like ad lib and ad hoc, eat your heart out, freestyle. Photographs are, do you know what, photographs came up in the pub at Bedford Level. Few people that I inadvertently, I don't like saying flat smacked, but we'll say flat smacked for, it. Photographs is a bit of a, how do I say it? It's a bit of a gripe with people, isn't it? Photographs. It's a stickler for people. Because people will advocate for pictures, and then when we advocate for pictures, they'll go, "Oh, well, you don't tell me to believe NASA, but you want me to believe your images." So we've got a little video. I'm going to play the video, and then we'll have a little chat about it, if that's okay. Yeah? I love it when Jason's face looks confused, like, what is she going to do? What is going on? So, yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look, shall we?
It's all about when you see photographs. You get photographs where you look.
It's difficult when people say photographs.
Okay, you've got the ozone there, and it shows
the curvature. That's a good point.
Did you hear it in time, Jace?
Not yet.
No? You're not here in time?
10-second delay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so I just got to see that then. You got a black screen there at the moment, Roxanne. There you go.
Right.
All right, yeah. No, it's fine, it's just transitions a little bit late. God,
Sorry, 10-second delay. This is good fun. So it's kind of live, but it's not really live because it's 10-second delay. So OBS, YouTube, you're not doing the live thing like Google Hangouts. I'm not used to that. Sorry.
That's right, we'll fix all that. But anyway, yeah, so photographs. I find that anything come from space, I have to be confident that they are all fake. Anything that comes from space, anything and everything. It makes no sense whatsoever due to the reasons why I don't believe that anything is in space, as we've been taught. Something is up there, I'm not sure what it is. I don't know whether it's if it's water up there, if it's gas. I don't know, something. My opinion changes quite often with what I see up there. I think Bob Nodal has just made a compelling case about the lunar wave. And I just watched that and I thought it was pretty compelling, like the fact that an aeroplane flew in front of the screen and that and created some sort of turbulence and all and that, and it produced the exact same lunar wave of the moon as what Crow 777 showed. It was identical. So for what's in space, my opinion changes quite a lot. Because we don't know, we're all guessing again, aren't we? But I'm quite convinced that photographs, so this guy asked about photographs, that all photographs are fake. All of them. All video footage is fake. It has to be, because there is no one up there. So I'm confident on that. But this person who's asking me, is he going to take my word for it? Again, no. All we can do is point him in the right direction. And I think the different photographs of the globe that we've seen that make no sense when we're seeing so many different interpretations of the globe. So that's kind of like a number one. In order to say that to show this person that these photographs are fake, we need to discredit NASA and say, look, you can't believe anything that's coming from NASA. So for me, the way I go about it is I work on them over the Apollo landings, the moon landing. I work on the International Space Station and all the green screen glitching out and invisible people coming around.
Yeah, your green screen keeps glitching out, Jason. It's diabolical, mate. It's diabolical. I'm joking.
How fantastic my green screen is.
Do you know what I want to say as well? Where's Robin? Does anyone? Robin, where are you? Sorry guys, my internet can't handle the connection needed. Feel bad.
Yes, NASA is the one to go to, is to discredit NASA. Once you've discredited NASA, then hopefully that's enough ammunition for people to go on and want to do some research. But it's all about spreading NASA.
Yes. Good job. Alright, sorry, I'm just going to transition that and putting you over there, man. You're overlaying me, cramping my style, Jason. I'll put you over there. Robin can't get back in. That's it, you got some space now. I was all getting flustered and stuff. Crikey. So, sorry about that. We're back to the Q&A now. So yeah, I pretty much think that those are the formats for pictures as far as I'm concerned. I'm not buying into the videos, I'm not buying into the pictures, the photographs, the images that we're showing either. I think it's all poppycock, to be honest with you. The lot. The whole 9 yards. Chat room, what's your feedback on that? And to everyone that's in the chat room, whoever you are, the thing is, on here, my OBS should be letting me interact with the chat room, and it's not. I'm trying to interact with the chat room from my OBS and I'm not able to, so I'm having to use my other device to go into the chat room.
Which is about 10 to 15 seconds too late. That's the thing.
Shout out Celtic67 backup. I'm going to read Celtic67 backup's question out because I'm going to answer it. It says, "Hi Roxanne, are you promoting misrepresenters for any reason in particular? Please justify why talking about an ice wall benefits the individual. Thanks." Okay, Celtic67, I'm going to give it to you straight. People like myself are on a personal pursuit of truth, and at one point on that personal pursuit of truth, I envisaged what I thought may have been an ice wall encompassing the water in which we call oceans, yeah? Given that water needs to be contained, yeah? So that's my own personal journey, okay? And who I interact with in public makes that public conversation something for you to view. Now, if I want to research things and look into things on my personal pursuit of truth, that's fine for me to do so. Like, it's okay for you to put your opinions in my chat room and Jason's chat room and everyone's chat room. However, if you think I'm promoting misrepresenters, please be more specific with your question, because that one was not very specific, okay? Bit vague there. But no one's promoting specifics like that. However, I'm not really sure how helpful and conducive that kind of questioning in chat rooms is in the first place. So, shout out to you, Celtic. Brilliant.
Yeah, but hang on, you say that, Roxanne. Well, I'm glad he has brought that up, because it's something that needs to be addressed as well. I am actually on my journey. This is my journey, and if I say something that doesn't agree with you, Roxanne, I don't expect you to get all bent out of shape over it. I expect you to, as I say, I mean, like some people some people believe in God, and when they talk about God and all that, I don't get bent out of shape and say, are you misrepresenting reality? You shouldn't be talking about God. I've got no proof that there is a God or not.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry. So Celtic 67 just specifically has issues with Patricia Steer, Dolly, Mark Sargent. Was that specific enough? So Celtic, you've just made it clear that you don't like particular individuals. Okay, they're all on their personal pursuit of truth as well. Okay, so this whole inside policing tactic looks really naff and crass. So you should really be coming in here with something substantial. Okay, not That's naff.
I don't know who this Celtic 67 is.
No, I thought you were going to come with something of substance, but you're not. You're in here bringing up names and trying to be negative.
Yeah, that's right. This is the gatekeeping.
Something else that I think we should discuss as well, because it's there in the chat room. No one's going to block you or time you out. You'll be there for everyone else to view as well. Okay?
Gatekeeping. Show your face. And have a discussion and tell us what your gripe is and that, but to hide behind these they're just words, aren't they? Celtic 67 backup. Who cares what that is? It's just a word. You're not a real person. You've got nothing in the game, no skin in the game. You've got no right to have anything to talk about. Get out there, do something, say something. But you've got no right to control others on what they want to see
or who they interact with.
Yeah, you've got no right to do that. Okay. That's called gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Everyone's on their own personal journey and should be allowed to...
Yeah, well, that's you, Celtic, isn't it? Individuals that represent me as a flat earther, apparently, on national television, a bit like yourself. That's your perception. You feel like you're being represented. My friend, when we are at Speaker's Corner and people talk to me about other claims that people pertain the earth to be flat have made, I have to tell people this is why people can't accuse it of being a cult. Okay? Because what I think may differ from what you think. This should be elementary, right?
That's right, you're an individual, you get to talk about what you want and not be controlled.
And I'm a globe denier, more time. If I'm going to be argumentative about it, I'd class myself more as a globalist denier, not a flat earther. I think the word flat earther, the terminology flat earther has become a loaded weapon. Try an hour at Speaker's Corner, my friends. See how long you last there, as a flat earther. See the kind of arguments you're drawn into as a flat earther. Yeah?
Well,
there you go. I'm not downtrodden it. Obviously, I pertain the earth to be flat as well, but I do see the difference between a flat earth argument and a globalist denial argument. I don't know if anyone else resonates with that, but when you have a flat earth argument, they push the burden of proof on you. That's been my experience. When I have a globe denial argument, the burden of proof's on them.
So, moving on.
Yeah, swiftly. Good.
Let's not let the gatekeepers control the narrative.
Yeah, well, the chat room's concurred with us anyway, so shout out National Memorial Gardens. Well said, my darling. Also, shout out in the chat room to Ruben, Everybody Equals Mind Controlled Squared. Herb Stomp, thank you so much for tuning in as well. Massive love to you all. LX, thank you for tuning in. Jason, it's a good look. It's our first try. And moving along, I wanted to play the answer, if that's okay with you. So I'm just going to transition and do that right now. So little 10-second delay for you all there. And here we go.
Okay, so when we see NASA photos and all that, we see this huge big curvature, okay? And you're quite right. Like GoPros, they have a fish-eyed lens. Okay, so when we send amateur cameras up, we get to see a flat Earth. All amateur photography that doesn't use these ridiculous fish-eyed lens.
That's just a zoomed-in photograph.
Well, you could,
so you're not going to see.
You could, I mean, like as I said before to a few girls before. Don't believe a word that I'm saying. Go and check all the other amateur footage and all that, and you see complete. As this thing spins round, it's just completely flat everywhere. There is no curvature up there, and you're quite right. There should be. There should be. When you get up to this height, there should be tons of curvature to be seen, and there isn't.
Okay. Now I'm gonna just go back to this screen.
1 second. Okay.
Lovely.
We're still playing.
And there we are. Good, and we're back. Good. Sorry, I've still got to get used to that 10-second delay. I'm so sorry. I'm like, and we're back. And Jason's looking at me going, shh.
So there you go. Fisheye lenses, like I started talking about. That's another thing. Another reason why a lot of these photographs of what we're presented with from space is fisheye lenses. So yeah. I think that was my answer there, but it just goes a lot more deeper. It's fisheye lens. I talk about NASA. I talk about photographs. I even point them sometimes to Paul on the Plane, where he did his taking space and talked about the forensics of these pictures. He talks about the noise that surrounds a lot of the pictures, and he alters the histograms on the shot and things. So yeah, I think once we realise that these once you get over to them that these photographs are fake, then we can move that aside and then say, well, what's your next evidence of why it is that you believe that you're on this spinning ball?
And then the next thing they go to is, well, what about the satellites? They're all up there. What about them? Chat room. Yeah. What would your response to what about the satellites be? Because that's the next thing that comes after that. That's the next rockets, satellites, all of that. With that being said, I might just do a little cheeky transition.
So, what about these satellites up in the sky? Well,
we just had
cheeky. I'm going to do this as well. I'm going to do this and then we'll discuss it. Sorry.
We don't believe they're there. We don't believe they're there because like even at home, do you point your satellite dish right up in the sky? I mean, the satellite would be up there, wouldn't it? But we don't. We kind of fire them out, don't we?
No, it was only literally. It was a 2-second.
Yeah.
That was literally a 2-second. Okay. What about the satellites in the sky?
Both work for the same company.
So yeah, I mean, I talk about.
To do with.
Yeah, you're playing the answer.
Yeah.
I've got a pen.
It goes up to what it wants, then it starts picking up things all around the world.
Okay.
Right? So what you call
Professionalism pending.
I mean, you're saying they're telling you that a rocket goes up, okay?
Yeah.
But all the video, all your footage that you've ever seen, and even seen it in real life, if you stand there, a rocket goes up, and then it goes off, it bends off. And then if you keep watching, it starts going back down again. Every rocket is rotating, and it seems to go down. But why is it going down so fast? They all seem to go off, hidden into the Bermuda Triangle, and they have this no light.
They've gone off their area, haven't they? Their draw.
Yeah. But anyway, let's say that, I mean, science does say that these rockets go to space, okay?
Yeah.
So, do you understand how propulsion works in space?
Love that. Good job, Jason. Hope that resonates.
Right, there you go.
That's our little 10-second weirdness. Like, Jason's still looking at me going, shh, don't say anything, you're going to talk over the video. Like, this 10-second delay thing, it's like, I don't know what's worse, doing a premiere where we're not live and we're in the chat room, or doing this when we don't know we're 10 seconds delayed. So this is good fun. Professionalism is pending.
Oh,
good.
Yes, so how do you deal with that?
Yeah. Chat room, if I can get some feedback from you in the chat room, if any of you caught those clips, that resonated a lot with me. I don't know about you, but the answer, National Memorial Garden said it perfectly. Crikey. Crikey, yeah.
Yes, I mean basically on the street and that, also satellites. I have to bring them to. I was literally just about to talk about propulsion. I talk about the thermosphere being hot, the thermosphere being cold, the difference between directive heat, and radiative heat. I talk about that. I talk about GPS and what it could be, triangulation, ELAR and enhanced LORAN. So what are these satellites? Why are they needed when we've got 99% of all communications are undersea? Yeah, there's not a lot. Well, I'm just trying to think. Is there anything more I can add to that? Anything you can think of to add to that, Roxanne?
Well,
Harry used to say that, you know, like. When he was out drone flying and that, he used to always lose his mobile phone communications when he went, was it in a valley somewhere up in the, you know, the hills and that, went into a valley, he would lose his phone connection, and all of a sudden he'd lose that GPS. You know, like,
how about we had no reception in the Norfolk Broads?
That's right. You know, like, so we kind of know we are dealing with cell towers. You know, like cell towers that have got to be fairly close by, you know, to receive that signal. So we do have answers for that. I'm not sure. I think they're pretty good answers, to be honest. You know, like, we do have answers. Like the satellites themselves. Why are we always pointing at a particular angle? Everyone's pointing straight out. Why are we, you know, like, why aren't we just setting our satellites to point upwards? But I mean, surely at some point there has to be a satellite that points upwards, you know, like, and yet that doesn't really happen, does it? Or does it?
No. Chat room, what's your thoughts on that? I have a different conversation every time. Like I said before, it's like different strokes for different folks. No one really has the same interaction the same twice. But in that sense, this is one of the ones that really kind of gets me at Speaker's Corner, because you can be there for like half an hour, 45 minutes talking about this, and like you said, Harry came up with some brilliant first-hand examples where he's given first-hand examples of when he's interacted with situations like we have. And I feel that that's what everyone does. You find something that's personal to you that you can say, look, this is what happens when I'm dealing with this and I'm doing that and I'm here. That doesn't happen like that. And I feel that that's more conducive than saying somebody or other said that when something like that happens, that doesn't happen. They end up thinking you're there feeding them JPL images again about stuff that's not real, and then you end up getting caught in a catch-22 about that. So chat room,
can I make a comment here? Because I just noticed something. I think he's spoke to me before about this. I've got beyond belief saying the we question, the we, it's exactly we. I don't know who beyond belief is, so I've never included him in my we. I don't know who he is, but if he feels like I am including him, all you've got to do beyond belief is just tell that person he doesn't speak for me. That's all you've got to do, just tell them that.
We've had to say that. I shouldn't say we.
I think I will never ever let anybody control what I'm saying. I will learn from other people, but what he has to do there for me to learn from him is he needs to show us how he interacts with people on the spot. You know, if he shows us
it's nice to see that Beyond Belief still got questions a year later, though. Different set of questions, admittedly, but you're still there with a lot of questions, be it that they're negative connotations towards the likes of myself and Jason. And it's nice that, you know, a year ago, you were there, you're still there now asking questions. It's good, it's healthy. I think everybody should ask questions, whether they're negative or not, you know.
I actually do. I read a lot of what Beyond Belief says and that. You know, like, he makes a few good points and things. But will I change my ways because of him? Not really. I don't know who the guy is. You know, like, I think, you know, like, once he shows himself and we have a conversation and that, a proper man-to-man, you know, like a face-to-face conversation, you know, like normal people do.
Well, isn't Beyond Belief that Mike guy that Victoria and Tom said they met at Rebecca's meet-up? I think he is. I think he's Mike. Yeah, I think he is a person. I think he is. I don't think he's like a fake person or anything.
Yeah, I think the other guy, wasn't it?
I think he did a little documentary with them as well, didn't he? Do you know what? I might put the link for it in this video. you know, point people in, because it was really quite an informative documentary that he did with Tom and Vic. Do you remember it?
I don't know. I always thought Beyond Belief was the guy, was one of the two guys who came to the finale.
No, that was Blood is Thicker Than Water and his friend. Yeah, but he had the same we question, didn't he? He did. He didn't want to talk to me at all. He ignored me, but he had the we question for you, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's funny that.
Face to face, so I can gaslight you.
Aww.
Remind me
Chat
what
room,
gaslight.
just to see the example of how people get triggered. Got triggered individuals in the chat room, and what's lovely is we have no moderators in the chat room this evening, so it's a free for all. It's an absolute free for all. Free speech is real.
Remind me what gaslighting is. What's that?
I wouldn't be able to give you a definition for gaslighting. Anyone in the chat room? Do you have a definition?
I think it means free.
Oh, look at you showing yourself, Roxanne. Didn't take long, did it? Showing myself. I was at the event. I was at the end of tour event. My head does not button up the back, my friends. Okay? Mr. Blood is Thicker Than Water didn't want to speak to me at all. Tried to say hello to him, but he didn't want to know. Came to the event just to not speak to people. Sat there like...
Yeah, it's terrible. It really is. Yeah.
Thumbs up. But this video, it is what it is. The Globe Lie response. We're here responding to your questions. Okay? That's what this is. It might not be a pretty show, but it'll be a truthful one. You can bet your bottom dollar on that.
And face to face as well.
Yeah. Speakers Corner, last Sunday of every month.
So anyway, moving on.
Moving on swiftly.
We've done Saturdays. You've got a couple of questions there.
I do.
Picture 1, picture 2, picture 3, picture 4.
I do. But we also have must watches as well. So when do you want to do the must watch? Because we have that as well. Do you want to do that between?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, we do. We've got a couple of juicy must watches. How about? Can you give everyone just a quick synopsis of the one that we're going to show of Nathan's, please? And I will make sure that the links are all in the description after. Sorry, I'm not. Are they in there now? Did you do all that now, or is that not there? If it's not, I'm sorry. I'll put the link in the chat room. I'll find a way to do that. And if not, after this is done, we'll make sure it's all in the description box for you. So could you give everyone a quick synopsis of what they're about to see before I do the transition of Nathan's little fun-dubby-doozy one?
Give us a second. It was something I watched on Nathan Oakley's channel. I thought it was absolutely amazing how he was talking. Sorry, I'm trying to find the name of it because I haven't.
No worries. I think I might still have it here. You know.
I'm just about to find it now. It was called The Vacuum of Space is Fate. It was on, I think it's a recut of one of the debates that he had there. I thought the way he dealt with this guy, I think he was some sort of physicist or something.
I believe he was, yeah.
It was something like that, and it was. I just thought it was amazing, like how he dealt with him, and this guy had nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. It was, it was just a fantastic, mini debate it was.
Mini one, yeah, perfectly put. All right, guys.
23 minutes long, so it was, fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed that one.
Sit back and enjoy this clip, guys. Here we go.
I think you started in the middle somewhere.
Now tell me where I can observe that in nature. Not assuming the Earth is a massive sphere like you did with your last religious belief about space.
Not a sphere. It can be anything. It can be a donut. It can be a piece of paper. But it's a very massive.
You're not listening. That's why I asked you were deaf. Show me any instance in nature where mass attracts mass. Show me where I can observe this natural phenomenon.
Well, you see, for instance, the moon moves around us.
Oh, so we're back to this.
Force of gravity.
So we're back to this. You're begging the question. You're assuming the Earth orbits a spherical Earth. So we're assuming our outcome again. Earth's a sphere with the Earth and Moon system in orbit. So you're begging the question again, assuming your outcome. How many more logical fallacies have you got?
Unfortunately, gravity is a very it's a very minute force.
Sorry, that's an assertion of a religious belief again. We're trying to establish why the Cavendish experiment is not an experiment. I've already absolutely ripped it to pieces about 3 times. Now you want to claim that you've got a naturally observable phenomena of mass attracting mass. I'm telling you to show me where it happens, and you again take me to your religious belief about what Earth and the Moon does. So you believe Earth's a sphere with the Moon falling around it, that's a religious belief. Where do we observe mass attracting mass in nature? Not your religious belief about what the Moon is and Earth is.
Well, it happens in the Cavendish observation.
Exactly! In the Cavendish experiment. So we don't observe it in nature as a natural phenomena, precisely what I said right at the beginning. It is conjured from within the experiment.
It's conjured in the experiment. It is experimented within reality. So what do you want?
Yeah, a natural phenomenon, dickhead. That's why I keep asking where we observe it in nature. That's what science deals. You're talking, you asked me a question. Now I'm answering. That's what science deals with. Natural phenomena? Yeah? So telling me you can observe something. I'm still talking. I'm still talking. That's what science deals with.
I'll let you finish.
Yeah, you do that. I'm the host. We observe natural phenomena in science. That's what it's dealing with. The physical and natural world. Not what you can conjure within a test. That's not what science is. That's caused by man. It's not a natural phenomena. That's what I said at the beginning. It's conjured in the test.
Yes. Okay.
So it's not science then. Excellent. So we've got a concession. It's not science. You don't have this band-aid to use when explaining how space can exist. You don't have gravity. You're still talking over me. So you don't have gravity to use anymore. Let's not jerk back to gravity again and go back to the original assertion that you can have space. So, how do you have gas pressure without a container?
Well, you need to prove gravity in order for my argument.
No, I don't. We've already done this. Asshole, don't circle jerk. If you circle jerk me back to gravity again, I'll kick you out, because you're just a wanker who's wasting our time. You don't have any proof of gravity. There's no scientific evidence. You've attempted, again, for about the 10th time on this show, to claim that Cavendish is gravity. You've conceded it isn't. It's a circus sideshow. So let's not go back to gravity. You don't have any scientific evidence for it. So, your original assertion, you can have space, no problem. Gas pressure can exist by a vacuum, no problem. Now prove that. How do we have this second law of thermodynamics violation?
It's not a violation because it's being acted on by a force.
Yeah, it is. It's not. Oh, back to the force of gravity. Time to kick this asshole out. So it has a force acting on it, and that's gravity, is it?
Yes, and that is
bye. I don't like
you're not letting me make my
anymore. Goodbye. Stop asserting religious beliefs here. You have no scientific evidence of gravity. If you can't accept that and must circle jerks back 4 times to an assertion about your religious belief about the shit, I'm just going to kick you out from now on. 4 times is enough. I don't want to hear your religious faith in gravity. You don't have any scientific evidence for it. You think you do, even when it's your right, and keep asserting it. So sod off, come back when you realise you're a zealot. Hey, Alvin.
Okay.
Hello.
Brilliant.
So we'll put a link in the description for that one. So if you come back later, if you haven't seen, or just go on to Nathan Oakley's channel.
Yep. And we've got another one as well. We've got one more, actually. Come to think of it, and we can give everyone a quick synopsis of this, can't we? It's just a laugh. It's a giggle. Jace, can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's something that
Robin gave us. Yeah. Just sit back and enjoy it, guys. Sit back and enjoy it.
Okay.
That's Colonel Muriel Clean, and that's just a sort of grubby, nasty lavatory innuendo that's scraping the bottom. Salad! B, B and C stand for three of the most disgusting words in the English language. British, Broadcasting and Corporation. Not only that, there now follows half an hour of hideous, wacky smuttery and naughty wobbling things of all denominations. So do what I do. If you don't want it rammed down your throat. To the other side. Quick!
This world is not what you think it is. This world is not what you think it is. Go, go.
I like that. Thank you for that, Robin. It is old. Red Eye Jedi, that is old. It is old. I remember when BBC used to use that image.
Yeah, that's from John Paul, wasn't it?
We'll put the link in the description for that as well. So, yeah, Robin was going to assist with the questions that we had lined up. I have actually got some of them. Are you able to find them to read as well? Because I'm not able to see them properly on my screen.
I think I've got them here. Yes, I have. So yeah, you can still present them, aren't you?
Sure can. So I will do that now. I'll start with pick one, okay?
Okay, so I'll wait till it hits the screen.
Cool.
Oh, let us know when you've put it on.
Yep, I've put it on now. So it's on the screen now. Hopefully, I'm just looking on my device to see if I can see that as it comes up.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's from Nafets.
Yeah.
It's their last one for the day. My last one for today.
He did quite a few. He said, rockets in space, the gas emitted from the rocket is accelerated away from the rocket, thus according to actio-reactio principle. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Or maybe that we have questions crew in the chat room could help us with this as well and give their answer for it as well. Celtic, beyond belief, you too. Maybe you could put your input in here and actually be a bit helpful, you know?
Okay, let me finish the question off.
Sorry, go for it, Jason.
According to the actio-reactio principle mentioned in the video, the rocket must experience an equal but opposite force. Thus, it is accelerated, or in simpler terms, the rocket pushes on against its own emitted gas. Yeah, I quite bullshit on that. You know, like which made perfect sense to me. It was the free expanse. I forget what it's actually called. It was something's law, free expanse or something. But it was the free expanse of what they're saying and the vacuum of space. And the second that a gas is emitted from the rocket. Is actually sucked out into space, you know, like, so there is nothing for it to push against. And I asked the same question on the, what they called APUs, you know, where you've got these astronauts in these APU units, and they're pressing their gases and they're moving around, and they're still meant to be traveling at 17,000 miles an hour. But if they press the gas one way and they're going the opposite way of 17,000 miles an hour, how are they catching back up to the rocket ship, you know, like ship again that is going at 17,000 miles an hour? Surely they would have to double, triple, quadruple their speed to try and catch this thing back up because they're going the wrong way. I just quite bullshit. It's a load of rubbish. This pushing of gases against. It works in our atmosphere. I do get the way a jet engine works. I get the way a rocket works as it's going up. It's pushing against its own atmosphere on the way up. I get that. But once in space, in a vacuum, and that vacuum is pulling everything away that to equalise throughout the vacuum. That's what it's meant to be doing. It's meant to be equalising. So there is no pushing. There is nothing of that. There isn't an opposite and equal reaction. That makes no sense. No bloody sense.
I like that. I'm with you on that one. I'm afraid I'm not really taking on board the fact that the rocket's going to push on its own emitted gas. I'm crying bullshit on that as well. I'm not hearing that. So BS counter on that is going to be a factor of 10 on my scale of it. Chat room, do you have any input? If someone posed that point to you, how would you respond to it?
And you can respond, even in the comment section and we can look at it next week and quickly say that Beyond Belief says this. This is how he would answer this question.
I'd love one of them too, but you know.
They don't know how to answer these questions. They just know how to gatekeep. That's it. But anyway, moving on. Right, so
I love that. The chat room concurs with you. Moving on swiftly. Shout out National Memorial Gardens on that one as well. Moving on swiftly. On the second one we have here is from, I can't read my screen, just give me a second for it to come up on the little 10-second delay.
Okay, I've got it all up and running, and
good. Surf beats. Yeah.
So he says here, from which point on the flat Earth do you determine the point of the compass? So from which point on your flat Earth? On which point? I'm trying to get my head around what exactly means by on which point do you determine the. I mean, does a compass not just work exactly the same way as what they think it works? The fact that like we hold a compass and it points to north. I'm quite happy it points to north. I just feel like it doesn't work on a globe, because at what point is north? Is it ground level? Is it the core? We belong to the core. Is it 100 feet up? Is it 200 feet up? Whereabout is north in elevation? So that's the thing that I find. No one else seems to know this. I find what is it that they are referring to? What north is? There has to be an elevation at some point, or are we talking north is the very centre of the core, right the way up to infinity into space? What are you talking about? So at what point, where is north? So if I have a compass in my hand, am I meant to tilt the compass to the right part, or if I'm in Australia, do I tilt the compass? Because if north is, like the North Pole, do I tilt my compass if I'm in Australia right through the course, right the way through? And then outside, or this magical thing is, this magical course is coming right round the ball in every direction. And north is it drags the compass in every direction around the ball. It's just bullshit, isn't it? It's just they're confusing it all. Is it not just simple that north is in the centre, and that a compass works by lying flat, north? Is it not just that simple? Yeah. Why? I think they're kind of overcomplicating it all.
Yeah, I get questions like this on my Instagram and stuff, and for me, that's really where I'm at. Can't north just be in the middle of whatever flat plane that this is that we can observably see? Maybe I shouldn't have said the word we. Sorry for anyone I've offended with that word there.
Well, but we are we, because I agree with you, it's we, it's me and you.
Yeah. Disclaimer, me and Jason, as in we, okay? Not even talking about anyone in the chat room, not even people I talk to anyway.
Let's hope that a few people do agree with us, and if a few people do agree with us on that point, then I must have heard this right, because I've heard this from other people that I've agreed with.
Okay.
So what we're trying to do is hope that we're all on the same page, and maybe
and if people do have disagreements, what are they and why? And can we talk about it? Do you know what I mean?
Why aren't we on the same page? So if you've got something to offer, then tell us why and persuade us to
look into it. Look into it. That's all we can do. Do you know what I mean? As people, that's all we can do. Question 3.
Okay, so moving swiftly on, question 3. It wasn't necessarily a question, it was an answer, this one.
What's this one? Okay.
Someone mentioned, when I was out on the street, someone mentioned about photons, and I replied something like, you've been watching too much bloody Star Trek. I didn't really have an answer for him. He mentioned something about photons. And this Jen 8208, she creates a great point that I never thought about. Photons do not have mass. There's no such thing. Ask him if a flashlight is made by dumping the photons behind the glass of the flashlight, which then shoots through the glass. And then the ether is illuminated, radiated, and in the vacuum, and something with mass illuminates, which is why it's dark up there. Photons are not particles shooting out of light. And it says, see Ken Wheeler. That made really good sense, because if photons had mass, why are we seeing light coming through our windows? You know, if they've got mass, won't they stop at our windows? So why is light still passing through our windows? It just says that photons have got mass. So again, it makes no sense. I mean, what are they doing? Materialise? They're using like what's it? Star Trek. So I watched Star Trek. They're using Star Trek transporter techniques where they stop at someone's house window and then re-materialise on the other pane of the glass and then carry on again. Again, I quite watch it. Most photons do not have mass. That's rubbish. So yeah, it was one of the talks. I should have had a clip for you for that, but I'm not sure if I could find it in the end. So yeah, there you go. So that was number 3.
Next one I think is from Surf Beats. Just going to line that one up now. Oh, sorry. I'm getting there.
Okay.
Should come up now.
Right, so you've got soft before an Admiral E. Bird stuff. You're supposed to be a flat earther. You don't trust or believe Freemasons. Bird was a Freemason. Why did you all keep banging on about him? You also don't trust in the military and government. He was in the military that was run by the US government. Look, I 100% agree. I really do. Being on the streets and that, my sole goal, whether I get things right or wrong, personally I'm not interested. My sole goal is to get people to question, to go away and question themselves. It's to go to a website, I chose FB Start, create that, just get them on, get them started on their journey. That's my sole goal. I'm not really interested in whether I get a few things wrong or right or what. They'll go on their own journey and they'll discover things for themselves. But talking about what's it, Admiral Bird, yeah, I can't believe that. Does that not make a point that maybe that it is a government controlled release? It could be, it might not, I don't know. It's
interesting.
Yeah, but I still talk about it, and I will still continue to talk about it because I think it is a great argument, a great part of the discussion for people to go on and research further. I carry on talking about it.
I think so too, because even the circumstances surrounding how he died, how he was pulled off of that last expedition, and kind of wrapped up and sent on his way. I just feel like it was a bit shady, to say the least. Next, we've got picture 5, I think.
Yeah, this is a big read for this. Yeah. I want to read this one out. You're presenting, yeah? Yeah. This is from Amarok. He says, curve calculators with hidden height are straw men. Nothing should be at eye level on a wall. Curve starts at your feet. Imagine, if you will, you are at a lake. You see a boat in the middle. The lake is 20 miles wide, for example, meaning the boat is 10 miles from shore. If you input your eye level and this distance, it will give you a hidden height, meaning the curve is between you and the boat. If you now zoom past the boat to the other shore, you are now seeing 20 miles away. You input that in the curve calculator, and now this hump has grown between you and the shore. The hump grows as you zoom further. So water is now reacting to your zoom camera, creating a bigger hill of water as you zoom. Not to mention, at the 6 miles, the hump would be at your eye level and hide anything behind it. People need to stop using the curve calculators. 8 inches per square mile does not give a hidden height of 8 inches per mile starts at your feet. It ends the moment you look out and you start seeing anything at your eye level. I'll let you guys finish the rest of them. I actually think I need to I need to think about this a lot more. I think it's something along the lines of what's it, Randy Flatter and Nate Nokley were talking about the other day. So I got a feeling that it is the same point as what Nathan was trying to make. So I think this needs to be looked at a little bit more and Nathan Nokley and Randy's last video that they did together. We'll put that in the description as well. You know, like Peter, go over there and have a look at that, and I'll put this in the description as well. Might have a point that we need to look in. I really can't get my head around it, but it's. I feel like I want to put it there because I feel like it has some meaning with what Nathan and Randy Flatter were talking about. And this was done 7 months ago, so I think someone else feels like this curve calculator is could be a bit of a red herring for us.
That's interesting.
I kind of use it all the time, this curve calculator, and maybe it's wrong. So,
anyone else in the chat room got input into that? I find that really interesting. Really interesting. Like, big time.
Right, so, okay, so I think that's it for there.
Yes, that is indeed.
Any shout outs you want to do for anyone?
Yeah, let's do some shout outs. So, I have got some. Let's go to. No, it's not working. Main screen. Hold on. I'll get there. Not quite sure what I'm doing, so just bear with me a second. I'll get there. 1 sec.
That's not. It's okay. We've gone past our allotted hour, I think.
Have we?
That we see that you go to. We're only going to do 1 hour sessions.
That is true.
But we're on a learning curve ourselves. So what we use our software.
True this. Okay, I've got one here. Why is that doing that? It's not really supposed to do that, but okay, here's one. I'm transitioning that right now. So if everybody could look at that. I don't know how long that will take to come up on the screen actually, so you just have to bear with me. Some channels there, and I've got some more here. With a bit of luck, this will work. These transitions are all new to me.
It's a little bit. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, so you've got that speaking one way, and IML Media. This one. So Robin lifting the lid, Patricia Steer, Dr. John D, Paul on the plane. Yeah, definitely.
Nice. So yeah, this was the first time we've done this, as you all may now know, and we are quite new at it, so thank you very much for your patience as we've gone through various bits and pieces with you today. We've tried to streamline it as best as we can. I'm not sure it panned out exactly how we wanted to. I know Robin lost connection, he wanted to be here as well. He had quite a few bits and pieces that he really wanted to talk about today. He had quite a good 10 minutes of bits and pieces he wanted to delve into, so no doubt he'll be here for the next one. Jason, when can we expect the next one of these?
Oh, it'll be in a couple of weeks' time.
But it'll be on a Monday. It'll be on a Monday.
be on Monday at 8 o'clock, and it'll be every other Monday. But you guys, if you've got any questions, any answers to any of the questions,
pop them in the comments section.
Teachers, I'm sure that you guys, I'm sure that there's a few out there, especially beyond belief, Celtic 67. Teachers, let us know what we're missing. You know, like how would you answer any of these questions? If you've got a better way of answering these questions, that's what we've created this channel for. We want to know. If you've got something, you know, forget about all the other nonsense. You know, like we're not interested in that. But if you've got some legitimate answers for these questions, yeah, please, we're up for it. We want to know.
Yeah, well said. Well said. Pop them in the comments section. You can email. Is the email in the description? Is there a way for people to email? Who should they email?
They can email myself at jason@globaleye.co.uk, Roxanne at globaleye.co.uk, or Robin at globaleye.co.uk. You can also go on the globaleye.co.uk website. There's a contact form there.
Lovely.
Failing that, just put it in the comments.
Lovely. Hold on, I'm just transitioning out of that picture. Put that there. And I thought what I will do is I will play us out with a little Globe Live response outro, if that's all right with you, Jason. Yeah? And we will see you all on another Monday. Maybe not next Monday, might be the Monday after, but we'll keep you posted. Thank you all for taking the time out to tune into the Globe Live Response first edition this evening, and for having the patience to ride through the little technical hitches we were having this evening. Much love and respect to you all. Thank you for taking the time to be here, and we'll see you next time.
Cheerio.
Adios.